Welcome back to the channel and welcome to what is a traditional video at this point. A room slash house tour in this case. I am staying in a very traditional Argentine suburban house at the moment. It's a bungalow with a fairly big garden out the back. And my room is just in there actually. So I'm going to take you through it. And if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, then please stick them in the comment section below. And subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, as you come into the room, there is, that door's annoying, a series of sort of wardrobes and bits and bobs here. I don't actually use them because they're full of the family's things, so I am not actually using them. But you come through here to the main bedroom. It is enormous, as you can see. There's a huge double bed with really nice headboard. I mean, it's really quite fancy. Two enormous bedside cabinets, which I fill with sort of typical bedside cabinet things. And it's actually really comfortable. The bed is really comfortable and it's quite hard to have a bad night's sleep on there. Then you sort of got some nice big windows, which is obviously lovely. There are a couple of chairs here and a little table. It's a shame there's no desk in this room, but you know, if I ever do need to do desk-y work, I can just go and work outside. I'll show you a space in a second. The blinds on the windows here are a bit weird. They sort of are paper and slide along. One of them is sort of lets light in, and then the other one is light blocking, so depending on how you like to wake up, I guess you can choose. Then the windows there also have two different types of blinds on them. The ones behind, the light blocking ones in front are not. Big chest of drawers, lots of clothes in there. I've left my suitcases there. The heaters, actually, which I haven't used yet, are gas and very old fashioned. I don't know exactly how they work. I've sort of been told, but you know, they creep me out a bit. So if I need some help, I will call the person in. As you can see, I'm not using the wardrobes, as I said. The only two things that I would put in them are these two work shirts. So I'm not too fussed. That's all right there. Then we come back towards the entrance, and as you can see here, there is a hot tubby jacuzzi bath kind of thing. I'm not a big fan of baths, and I'm scared of jacuzzis because they always seem to break. So I am yet to use that. I probably never will, if I'm completely honest. But you know, very fancy. And continuing the fancy theme, as we move into the bathroom here, we have two sinks, big mirror, lots of space, loads of space. I mean, yeah. And then down here, toilet and bidet. The bidet is insane because not only does sort of water come out the sides, it also comes up from the bottom, which I've never seen before. That's very exciting. Then we have the shower, which is also enormous. Sadly, since I've been here, it's started constantly dripping during the day and obviously at night as well, which is slightly annoying, and I might let the owners know, just because, you know, it's a waste of water and also slightly irritating. But yeah, that's my room. That's a lot of room in my room, and quite frankly, it's all very comfortable. Anyway, I'm going to take you outside to the communal areas now, so let's go have a look. Here we go. So, out in the living room here. I've never actually spent any time here, but I have worked on the dining room table many times before when the power in my room has sort of cut out, which is odd. The power has only ever gone in my room, never in the rest of the house, unless there's a general power cut in all of Cordoba, which happens quite often. But yeah, when the power went out in my room and they weren't able to switch it back on straight away, I came to work on the dining room table, very comfortable. But I do tend to sort of restrict myself to my room a little bit, just because, you know, I stay out of the way, and I'm comfortable in there. I don't need to worry about annoying anyone. And here we have the kitchen, which is very well equipped. There's a big fridge and freezer, which I can use. 6 hob stovetop. The oven down here is very old-fashioned in that there's no sort of temperature gauge. You just increase or decrease the flow of gas, and you sort of go based on that. It's very Argentine, apparently. Sort of people typically have that sort of toaster oven in. Microwave, cupboard space. My cupboard space is up there. So yeah, it's really nice to have a proper kitchen. If I'd been staying in a little apartment, I would have obviously been in a little apartment kitchen, which is typically going to be less well equipped. So yeah, let me show you the garden now. Let's have a look. Here we are. It's a very, very lovely garden. I don't spend much time outside because of the mosquitoes, but there are a couple of dogs, a swimming pool, which I have used, which is absolutely lovely, and a sort of bottom of the garden house as well, which is used for sort of parties, I think, in the summer generally. But yeah, it's just a really lovely place to be, and as it gets colder and the mosquitoes start to die, I will start using the garden a bit more in the evenings to go out and read a book maybe. But for now, I just don't like mosquitoes, and if I can avoid them, I will. So yeah, that is a tour of sort of the areas of the house that I have access to. Oof, there we go. But yeah, I'm really comfortable here. So let me tell you a bit more about how I found it and sort of how I went about it as well. Before I carry on, I thought it would be worth telling you the reason the beard is back momentarily is I have been ill with dengue fever for the past week and a bit, hence why I'm also not at work and I'm filming on a random weekday during the day. So yeah, I haven't been going to work, so I just haven't been bothering to shave. Also, after showers in the evening, I tend to just collapse into bed. So there we go. I'm all well now, more or less, and should be going back to work soon. So that's been slightly, well, exciting, but also real pain. Anyway, back to the video. So because I'm only on Argentina for 4 months and sorting renting out from a different place is really challenging, I just decided to go for Airbnb again. And what I did is I asked my supervisor where she thought a good area to live would be, both to be safe but also nearby to school, more or less, or at least with easy transport connections. And I looked in those areas that she recommended. Here I'm in an area called Villa Belgrano. We're outside the sort of ring road of Cordoba, but there are lots of busy streets nearby with loads of shops, cafes, restaurants. I'm in a really well catered for area here, and it's also easy to get to school from here. I walk every morning and I can get the bus home fairly easily as well. Now, the buses, okay, 15-20 minutes is how often they're meant to come. Make it more like there'll be 3 within 20 minutes and then you'll have to wait 2 hours for the next one, but never mind. But so I was looking in these areas and I was looking on Airbnb because that way I didn't need to worry about gas, electricity, internet, anything like that, whose prices are going up very quickly at the moment with the high inflation rate, and despite the fact that salaries are staying really low. So by going through Airbnb, I knew I wouldn't have to worry about any of that, which is ideal. Looking in these areas here, typically there were only rooms in houses available rather than flats or sort of your own house available. But I thought that would be absolutely fine. I'm happy living with other people and it's nice to engage with other people sometimes as well, obviously. So that's the reason I went for that. And honestly, I'm very happy here. It's very chilled out. The owner of the house is lovely, gives me recommendations on where I can go to eat and things like that, which is really good. And generally, I have been really chilled out here. no worries whatsoever. There's a lovely cat as well out the front most of the time who likes to say hello, and we have a little cuddle every now and then, which is nice. And I have use of a washing machine and a dryer if I want them. There's a cleaning lady who comes every week to clean the house, and she does my room as well when I'm at work. So it's been really good. If you have any questions about me finding this area, this flat, or this room or whatever, then do stick it in the comment section below. I will get back to you. That is the end of this video, so if you enjoyed it, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already to see the rest of the year abroad. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time. Stay tuned.